Okay. Welcome to the chat. Transformative Tarot. Today we're going to do a collective energy read for today. 24 hours, however it flows for you when you see it. Definitely on natural timing. So when you see it, if you choose to watch the whole thing, then it's meant for you at that time. So we're going to be using Fancy's deck and Santa Muerte deck. But check in with yourself. How are you feeling today about the direction of your journey? And how are you dealing with the uncertainty of things? At this time. Just saw the Fool and the Judgment. See if they come back out. But let's have a look. Thank you to all my subscribers for whatever it is that you do on the channel. Stopping in and peeking, say hi, your likes, and your comments. Your love, your gratitude, your appreciation, your envy, your love, your hate, the whole nine. It's all energy. So the first card out we're going to have today for today's check-in from Fancy's deck. And it is Rain Dance. And I feel that because it felt like it was going to rain today. But this kind of rain is like, this is a good release. This is a good cry. This is washing away the old. It's a cleansing process. Simple things, like I've been drinking a lot of tea with lemon, just straight lemon, no honey, no anything else, just straight tea with lemon. And how you doing, Cecil? Cecilia? Oh, okay. But welcome on in and have a seat. If you got questions, comments, feel free to use the chat responsibly, of course. But make yourself at home. So this is a good cry. This is a good release. This is a release. This could be a fasting that you're doing. Letting go of certain things, feelings, emotions, especially when you're cleansing, you're fasting, especially if you're, refraining from certain things. Certain emotions are going to come up. And what you give your attention to makes all the difference. And the Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, taking things one day at a time. This is about not going to this reminds you that tomorrow, first of all, let's just say this. Tomorrow's not a promise, but don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in what the future holds. Don't get caught up in tomorrow. Really enjoy the moment today and take it one day at a time. It's really about being in the moment here and allowing things to flow through you. Whatever's coming is going to come. We can't do anything about it. Today, I was thinking about choices and consequences. Choices and consequences. Choices that we've made to get us to this point in our journey. the things we could do to change that on the, you know, coming through. Look, more cleansing, the red moon from the mind calendar, talking about purification flow, the process, and universal waters. And we'll talk about the universal water in a second. It's a and then we have again more night energy, but this time in the reverse, more about patience, about taking things slow. This time, so if things are not moving for you right this minute, it's not meant to. It's meant to slow you down and almost bring you to a point of stillness so that you can address everything that needs to be addressed at this time within your life before moving on. Because this is the fastest night of all of them. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is also about say less. You know what I'm saying? Say less. It's not a time to strategize. It's not a time to plan ahead. It's a time to relish in the moment. And that has a few different things attached to it. These universal waters, we're talking about memory. Water is one of those beautiful elements that contains the cosmic memory. It's almost like Cancer energy with a little bit of Libra splashed in there. Because we're talking about the archives. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about memory. Not only the memories that we have in this lifetime, but cosmic memory. So there's a bit of nostalgia in the air as well. Um, if you've been thinking about places that you've been, people that you used to, places you used to congregate and people you used to associate yourself with, there's a strong sense of that, you know. And like I said, when I ride my bike, I get channels. And riding my bike today, I was in my old neighborhood for a hot second. I'm glad I was on a side street and wasn't near nothing big, right? But it felt real. I just remembered it really vividly. And then I remembered all the little details about it, as much as I could. But it must have been something about that era, because that era this was like the 90s, right before I graduated high school. And I remember being the new kid in the neighborhood, things of that nature, and the things I had to go through, and the relationships I formed, and the nature of those relationships, and seeing myself in a way where if you could go back and tell yourself one thing, two things, what would you tell yourself then? You know what I'm saying? About where you are now and how you got there. Probably wouldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Probably wouldn't believe it. But a sense of nostalgia is in the air today. So you may be feeling a little tired, a little drained, because when you're cleaning out, when you're going through a cleansing process, then it can take a little bit out of you because you're getting rid of toxins, you're getting rid of things that are, backed up in the system. So it's like a good time to do stuff like take a bath, a nice hot bath. It's a good time to do a colon cleanse, do an enema, do a detox for yourself. It's time to slow down and recharge your battery, because whatever's coming up is going to require you to be at the feels like at the top of your game, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? For you to be alert, for you to be aware, and not be so anxious to get to the next point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So patience is key, and appreciating these moments. And the last card is the red moon. The red Skywalker. Now, let's talk about the color red, because this has been coming up all week in the reads. The color of red. We're talking about the root chakra. We're talking about our upbringing and how that's affected the way that me, you, and the collective have gotten where they've gotten. As well as this universal water. These are things that are passed down, generational. Um, belief systems, whatever religion you were brought up in, if you're still in there or not. These are the things that were ingrained at the very beginning. And have shaped the way that we view the world and the decisions that we've made along the way. But this red Skywalker has a lot to do with the dream state as well. But this really is about, again, clearing space. Because we have space, explore, output, and wakefulness. This is my feng shui card. This is really about not only purifying the inside, but the outside as well. And allowing yourself to explore new possibilities, new places, just having a new experience. This is the signature for Jimi Hendrix. He was a red Skywalker, and his energy allowed him to go to other dimensions, to other worlds, travel through portals at will, and bring back things to the planet that we haven't seen before. In his case, it was music, the different keys and notes and things that he was able to play with that guitar of his, and the messages that he was able to give is that red Skywalker energy. But it has a lot to do with the space that's created, that you foster these new ideas. But this is also the space that you're in right now. It's kind of like the realm of possibilities, different timelines, if you will. And to cap it all off, we have give me one more spare. What is clarifying this red Skywalker? Clearing space. Again, chariot in reverse. Meditate. Take time out of your day. I don't care if it's before you go to bed. I don't care if it's right now after this reading. Anytime in the next couple of days to just sit still and get what you need, basically. Things are coming up to be released, and space is being cleared for things to be received. And meditation is going to help a lot of stillness at this time. Look at all this energy of stillness, or slow walking, basically, not sleepwalking. Slowest night always gets to the destination. So don't worry about that. You're going to get to where you're going to go. But you're not going to do it at light speed. You're going to be still while you're doing it. So this is that whole thing where it's standing still, but being in all places kind of energy. Let your mind. But purification, purifying yourself, getting rid of old behaviors and thought patterns, especially with those, the way you spend your money, perhaps, maybe the way you think or you speak. It's funny, I was on my bike. That bike, I tell you. But today, my purification, so to speak, was, this is NOLA. And people out here don't drive with the greatest of courtesy. They don't use turn signals to damn near run you off the road if you're on your bike. But they don't really be paying attention because they're on their phones. And I tell you, every day I'm on that bike, I'm cussing somebody, if not everybody, out in some kind of way. Even if it's just to myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not screaming at the top of my lungs or nothing like that. But I'm letting, in my own way, like this person just straight cut me off making a right turn. He could have waited 2 seconds because I was right at the edge of the sidewalk getting ready to go into the street. And I had to restrain myself because, we pick up behaviors and patterns and ways of thinking that are not necessarily us, that have nothing to do with us. Other people's, ignorance or lack of consideration. It's not a personal thing. So for me, it's like, why am I responding in a personal way? You feel what I'm saying? Of course, you get a little ticked off because somebody almost, put a dent in your ass, of course. But the point is, it's more of a detriment to you than the person. You know what I'm saying? Because it builds over time, and you just come to expect that everybody on the road is gonna fuck around and do something. You know what I'm saying? To make you side eye them in a way. But that's just kind of an example of what I'm talking about with this energy. And so I made it a point to ride all the way up the street and back, and do my best not to give anybody that kind of energy, if that makes sense. To keep it all to myself. Because what happens is when we're in situations like I was explaining, there's hundreds of people on the road by the time I get up and back down the street, right? And there's so much you could critique and comment on and send energy out on that by the time you're done your bike ride, you're not tired from the ride. You're tired from the energy that you done gave out to people because they're being just, they're not acting according. You know what I'm saying? If you've ridden a bike in an urban area, you know what I'm talking about. No turn signals, no courtesy. People take it forever to do simple things. It's just enough to kind of rub you the wrong way. But instead of focusing on that, it's like focus on the journey more so than the people around you. Focus on your journey and what you got going on inside. Because this cleansing is going to bring all that up. I'm sitting there asking myself, why do I even care about this? These people, I'm never going to see most of them again, kind of thing. So I'm spending energy unnecessarily. And it's taking away from what I have to do. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the message for today. Take it slow. Be more into self. Meditation. Purify yourself, which means just doing a cleanse. It could be mentally, physically, spiritually, but allow that energy to flow and wash through you, if that makes sense. Don't let it get stuck to you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be a part of who you are based on the outside world. You know what I mean? If everybody's going crazy, that's their problem. If everybody's acting this way, that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what's important to you, what you value, and the things that make you stop and smell the flowers, things that you appreciate right now. So the things that you're grateful for, things that you can write down about your life and how it's going one way or the other, but finding the lining, the silver lining in it all at the end of the day. All right, so that is the message for the day. Take care of yourselves until next time.